So we're going to start with making part of our sauce. And for that, we have to start with some fresh asparagus. So here I have some really thin stalk asparagus. And we only want to use the tips, the very top. Karen, we want to salt the water really well so we get the best flavor, right?
Okay.
And now you can put in the asparagus, just the tips. Remember, we're just doing the tips. And now all we really want to do is kind of cook these for about 2 minutes, not more. We still want a little bit of that crunch, but by having them here in boiling water, we want to retain that green color. That's why I have a bowl of ice water.
Okay.
So when we take these out of the boiling water, we can put them in the ice water, and that will shock those veggies. So Karen and everybody at home and friends, when you make ricotta gnocchi, you better start with a good ricotta. Now you can either make it yourself, and for that we have a recipe on the Ciao Italia website. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. So here is our ricotta. This is 2 cups. 2 cups of ricotta cheese that is very well drained. And in Amalfi, guess what they grow a lot of? What do they grow a lot of?
Lemons.
Lemons, yes. And they're as big as grapefruits. We don't have them that size, but lemon is going to be in this gnocchi, and it's going to give it a really, really nice flavor. All right, so now we have that. We need to work with our flour. So what we want to do is start adding this a little bit at a time. So take about a cup, blending it in. If you've made a lot of gnocchi in your lifetime, you know what that consistency should be. Now when you get to the point where it's starting to get really harder to move, we got to think about putting this out on our board. But try to get it into a disc and see if you can roll it into a cylinder. So Karen, here are our rolls. How's it feel?
It feels great. I mean, it's nice and dry and not sticky.
Tacky,
right.
So we can work with it. So we want to cut just small pieces at a time and work with them. So you push aside the whole batch of dough, take a little flour, put it down there, and then just kind of under your hand, kind of roll it into a sausage-like. Now you can make these as thick or thin as you want them. I've had them in Italy where they're, as big as walnuts, and I've also had them where they're tiny as peas. So once you get it into a rope like that, then we have to cut them up. So again, however you want to make them, what size you want to make them, that's just a personal thing. But okay, so you go ahead. And create that ridge. See that ridge?
That's how it looks.
Yeah, so you just, little pressure to create the ridge. See that ridge? We're going to put them right there because once you get the hang of it, you have a little groove on the underside. See the groove on the underside? That's to trap the sauce. And now the sauce. And Karen, you're going to show them how to do this. So we've got about 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter in our pan because all butter in Italy is unsalted. That's how we know it's fresh. And remember those asparagus we made?
Yes.
Okay, so you can put those in now. That's going to be part of our sauce. So remember, those were just the tips. Just the tips. Now, if you wanted to use something else here, you could. You could use spring peas. You could use fava beans, whatever was in season. So about 1/2 cup of heavy cream goes in here. This is a little modern twist on how to use a sauce for gnocchi. We normally wouldn't have cream in something like this, but I was staying up one night and I figured, why not? Let's try this with a little bit of cream. So we have the cream in there, and then to give this even more flavor, Karen, we have 1.5 cups of grated Parmigiano Reggiano. So you want to put that in. And that's going to help to thicken the sauce. So you want to make the sauce before you cook the gnocchi, because The traditional way to dress any pasta is in padella. It's not dumping it out in the sink in a colander and then putting it in a bowl and saucing it. No, you do it right in the saute pan that the sauce has been made in. So now we can put the gnocchi into our salted boiling water. You want to have a lot of water when you cook pasta. So either you can put it in with a spider, or you could just take the towel that you had the gnocchi on and just dump. See? Easy. So now what we have to do is wait until these gnocchi bob to the top. When they bob to the top, we're going to take them out and they go directly into the sauce. You see how the gnocchi have bobbed to the top, Karen?
Yes.
Just gently take them out, get out most of that water. That's why you want to use something like this. And that's why you would never want to throw these into a colander in the sink, because they're just too delicate. They go right there. And you gently, gently stir them. Gently stir them. They're so beautiful looking. Look at how nicely they held together. You did a great job. All those little
Thank
grooves
you.
are going to get the sauce. Beautiful. Mix it with that asparagus. Here's the last few. I want to get every one. There they are. And that's all there is to making these ricotta gnocchi amalfitani.